Hey guys, welcome back for another quick message on this particular platform. And as always, I'm grateful for the subscribers who have subscribed to this particular platform and who continue to help us grow in the works that we do here. And so as always, I'm grateful for you taking the time to hit the notification button to receive new messages once released here. We will start with our scripture for the week, which is none other than Hebrews 11:1, which reads, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen." And so as we dive in today, the message actually was given to me by a number that has kind of just been presenting itself. And it's none other than the number 1222. And so when you utilize the Strong's Concordance and scripturally speaking, tie that in, it refers to precious metals. It is valuable things. And the key points that I was given and what I heard was golden years with no tears. Golden years with no tears. Great is your reward for your works, which I've called you to and which you've answered. So for many of you, myself included, we've been called to different aspects of our life. So you may be in a transitional period. You may be doing things that you have not ever done before, but it requires a greater level of attention, a greater level of discerning, a greater level of execution, a greater level of knowledge and wisdom. And all of these different things that you're doing are not going to come with problematic areas. So there will be no tears. Your reward is going to be great from the works which you've been called to in this season of elevation, and you've answered. And so that's the key component there. Precious metals. This is one of the things that's linked to this particular number. And what I was led to write down was the value will be added unto your name, and you will be great, and your legacy will be dynamic. Dynamic is not something that is small. It is just like our Father in heaven. He is not a father of mediocrity. He is not one that just wants to be compared to the everyday norm or just blending in. That's not what he's about. And so dynamic means of a process or a system characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. And then the second definition is of a person, positive in attitude and full of energy and new ideas. That is what he means when he says your legacy will be dynamic. It will be something that you're creating, and your characteristic traits will be inclusive of activity, progression, and constant changes and cycles. And so your attitude will be positive. It will be full of energy, and you will be in a creative state where you're just constantly coming up with new ideas. You're constantly being given different visions, because now you've been called to this, but you're answering it. And so your legacy will be dynamic. What no eye has seen and no ear has heard, that which I will do in your life. And so that's what I heard as I was preparing this message, myself included. It's going to be something that you have not experienced. And so that's why I said this is unfamiliar territory, but at the same time, you've already been positioned, you've already been equipped, you've already been prepared for this. So whatever it is, you are now transitioning there. You've graduated, you're being elevated to be required to stand the ground and do the work. And so the next point was, I will it's the instruction. The instruction is to write your visions down and make them plain. Do not waver in your faith, as this prolongs that which will be delivered unto you by it, which means your faith. That's actually our verse for the week. That's the verse for the week, which is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. And so I'm going to read that again. Write your visions down. Make them plain. Do not waver in your faith when it comes to these visions, as it's going to prolong the delivery of the things that he desires to be delivered unto you by your faith. So the deliveries are going to come by your faith. And what that means is you're not going to see a lot of the different pieces that you're used to seeing, because it's a different season. He's doing things differently in your life this time. You're not going to have all of the instructives at one time. It's not going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step process. Instead, he's going to feed you little bits and pieces at a time as you're diligent in doing the work that he calls you to. And so because this is something you're unfamiliar with, you don't know how it looks. And so this is why your faith is going to be required. This is why it's going to be necessary for you not to allow doubt to sneak in when it's something that's so great that you have no idea about how it's going to work, but just let him do his work. That's the faith component. That's the faith component. And so when it comes to the faith component, the last point is, do not fall victim in waiting to do things your way, as I've given you strategy, ideas, and the platforms to deliver at the right time. What that means, guys, is in your waiting, while you wait by faith, do not get out of alignment of what he has given you as your strategy, as your vision, accepting things and ideas that are not a part of what he's given you. But instead of you moving ahead and getting out of alignment with him, you have to practice patience. You have to practice patience and wait for the next portion of the instructions. That's why it's not going to be as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to step 1 and you complete that, then you get your next strategy. You get the next step. So it's like an advancement opportunity that you've been given within this season. And so, and the platforms to deliver at the right time. So he's telling you that it's not by your time. The timing is not going to make sense to you because he's not bound by space and time. And so when you're given these visions, these strategies, the ideas to bring forth and deliver to the platform that you're stewarding well over, it'll make sense. It'll make sense, but it's going to come by faith. And so that is the message, guys. I pray that you take this back to our Father in heaven and ask him why you were led here in specific and what it is that he desires for you to receive well from this message. As always, I pray for you before you get here, nothing but the best of success in all things heavenly in every area of your life. And if you feel led to visit the link in the bio to reach out for prayer requests or any other of the other resources that I actually house here on this particular platform, or utilizing my spiritual gifts elsewhere, please feel free to reach out to me. And if you feel led to donate to the ministry works that I do on this particular platform or on the other platforms, please hit the donate button at the bottom of that homepage as well. As always, guys, I pray nothing but the best of success in all you do and look forward to the next message. Take care, guys.